So I am visiting today with a couple more of our VCSU alumni, and I'm going to have each of these young men introduce themselves, name, hometown, when they graduated from VCSU, your major, and activities you were involved in as a student.
Awesome. I'm Kyler Harder from Lakota, North Dakota, so about 100 miles north of Valley City. Graduated in 2012. I was part of the football team as a player and as well as an assistant coach, and also major was accounting and finance, business administration, accounting and finance.
Okay.
Ryan Botner. I graduated from Litchfield Marion High School, graduated from Valley City State in 2005, was a technology education coordinator, and played 4 years of football and graduated in 4 years, and decided not to teach and got into the financial planning industry.
Okay, great. So since graduation, Kyler, I know that you did an internship. So do you want to just talk about your career path then, since maybe before graduation and to where you are today?
Yeah. So in November of 2011, I sought out our excellent career services director, Marcia Foss, to find an internship as I was graduating in the spring. And she actually recommended Ryan Botner, who at the time was with Northwestern Mutual. We'll say Ryan recruited me, even though I kind of sought him out, but that's fine. Worked as an intern for him in the financial services industry. Had a great experience with Ryan and some of the other associates, and was offered a full-time position after my internship and jumped at that opportunity. And then a year later, Ryan, myself, and Josh Bach partnered up and started Red River Financial Group, and it'll be 3 years in June. So it's been a whirlwind in the last I guess maybe it'll be 4 years since I graduated.
Great. Ryan?
So started with Northwestern Mutual straight out of school. Had no sales experience, no experience in finance. Just knew that I wanted to be able to work hard and build my own business from that standpoint. Was there for 6 years. It was a great experience training wise. And then, like Kyler said, we decided to form Red River Financial Group, and since then, we each build our own practices, but we also recruit, mentor, and coach all of our whether it's career changers or kids that come straight out of school into financial services. So we have about 11 advisors here in Fargo, 5 in Bismarck, and 5 in Minot. So we've got 3 locations there, and then a couple others spread around. So.
Okay. Do you want to talk at all about, both of you or either one of you, about Red River Financial and what you're a part of? Sure.
So Red River Financial, so there's actually 3 separate entities. We have Red River Financial Group in Fargo, Missouri River Financial Group in Bismarck, and then Pinnacle Financial Group in Minot. So other Valley City State grad, Trapper Wagner is with our Minot group. And then our compliance office is out of Minneapolis, which is the Minneapolis Financial Group. And all of us are under the Mass Mutual Investment Services and platform. So we do, all of our training is done in Minneapolis. Our compliance is held out in Minneapolis. We are the main office for North Dakota here in Fargo, and then we just have our satellite offices. So like I said, everybody runs their own business, but they're not in business by themselves. So, unlike some other financial firms, you might be by yourself out in the middle of nowhere, just one office, one assistant, and most of us come from team atmospheres, whether we played football or some type of sports. We're competitive, entrepreneurial, so we want to be around other people that are doing the same thing and have that, competitiveness with it, but also support, because it's not an easy business.
Okay. Want to add anything, Kyler, to that?
No, I think he had a lot of the main points of growing a business as a team environment where whether it's team selling, partnering up with great people. Ryan has extreme amounts of experience working with high income individuals. Josh Bach, our other partner, has a ton of experience working with high net worth individuals. So having some of those expertise to work with and use as anchors or arrows in your quiver when you're working with people in our community has been a huge help, and a big reason why I think the success has grown and the advisors have come with.
Okay, so what are the characteristics, or what does it take to be successful? Because this is, like you said, very competitive, and there's lots of different places that people can go. So what does it take to be successful?
I mean, that's the $1 million question, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that, especially in this business, and really in any business, you have to have that it factor. You have to have something that's going to set you apart. So when we look for individuals that want to come into this business, just like we have, and everybody else that we recruit and coach, they need to be able to have that take initiative. Because nobody's telling you when you need to come to work every day. You run your own business, and sometimes that's challenging, for people to do. And plus, in this business, any sales business, any type of business owner, you're going to have a lot of negatives in your life. You're going to have a lot of no's. You're going to have much more no's than yeses. Thank God we only track the yeses instead of the no's. So you just, so knowing that that's a challenge, we have to find the right individuals to be able to come into this business. So the selection process is more of a mutual fit, but what we try and stand apart from other financial services firms is that we're all in it together. We all started with no clientele. None of us really come from money at all. I grew up in Litchfield, North Dakota. Kyler grew up in Lakota. We didn't know anybody when we moved to Fargo. So the biggest thing is we want to be able to leave a legacy for the financial services planning firm, but have it so that the working class individual can come into this. And so most firms require you to have a big book of business or be in the business for 10 years before you even get a chance, and we want to set ourselves apart to be able to recruit anybody that's willing to work hard.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, just go off what Ryan said, the attitude that you have to bring every day, it is, attacking every day with, an extreme amount of urgency, because at the end of the day, there is no PTO, there is no time off, there is no sick leave. It's time away from your business at the end of the day, and this business gives you so many great perks of flexibility, income potential, but trying to find and harness some of those things together, as far as the hard working and the time off and everything in between. Ryan has 2 kids and a wife, and other duties to tend to as well. So just trying to find that balance. And that's one of the other struggles trying to recruit, especially experienced advisors, over is that work-life balance and making sure it's a mutual fit for everyone.
Okay.
And so with that, I mean, Josh, our other partner, he has 4 kids, and there are a lot of them are older than mine. Mine are 3 and 1, but like he always has told me, he's like, I never miss a doctor's meeting, I never miss a baseball game or whatever it is. Because we have that flexibility. So the biggest challenge is for us, and especially Kyler, because he coaches, every week a lot of our young guys. So we have a coaching system to where if they reach a certain activity point, they start getting more coaching from Josh and I. But Kyler's the first one, the first line of defense. So with that, we want to make sure that people don't take advantage of the flexibility before you earn it.
Sure. How important is it for Red River Financial to give back to the community, and is being involved in the community an expectation of everyone that works here? Yeah,
actually, ironically, we're meeting with the Village, which is a big organization here that we have sponsored quite a few different dinners and events with them. Same with NDSU. I do a lot of stuff with Sanford Health, and then also I'm on the foundation board at Valley City State. So, I mean, I think it's just something that you do, and I mean, the nice thing about our business is that, if you work hard, there's no other rewarding career, both, financially and, emotionally, and what impact that you have on clients. So with the financial reward that we have, I mean, I think it's our responsibility to be able to give back as much as we can.
Great.
Yeah, and obviously, Ryan's in Kiwanis, which is a great organization. I'm a part of Rotary here in Fargo, but it's it's about getting those people that you probably wouldn't ever reach, and just being able to touch more people on a daily, weekly basis, and grow a great network of people that you can help, and that can help your clients as well. It's amazing how small the world is when you start talking to people, and everyone knows someone from your hometown or a family member. So I think I speak for Ryan and myself that Fargo as a whole has been very, very generous. We've worked very hard, but Fargo as a whole has been very, very generous and very giving back to us as well. So it's definitely something that we try to focus on.
Well, and you're definitely in a growing community,
Right.
so
Yeah.
that's great. So last thing is, if you were going to give some advice to a new college graduate, what would that advice be?
I think that, going through college, and Kyler and I talk about this all the time because you try and get in the mindset of a college student. You don't really think about, where you're going to be in 5 or 10 years. You just think about what's going to happen tomorrow. I want to get through college, whatever it may be. But, I think the biggest thing is to look at is, what are you passionate about? You know what I mean? So, when I first, came to college, it was mainly because I wanted to have a great experience, play some football, and chase some girls, for the most part. So, but in the last year of college, I really started to feel, what I need to start looking at what I really want to do. And, Marsha, I know you're done in June, but you've done such a tremendous job with all the students, and you helped me and Kyler, kind of figure out what we want to do, and you understand personalities and what you think that, direction that each student should take. So, the career services at Valley City or any college that you attend is going to be super important to be able to just figure out what you want to do, because at the end of the day a major doesn't mean much, right? Only thing a major means is that you're able to finish something, and that's what an employer is going to look at from that standpoint. So the biggest thing is just I feel just trying to find out what you're going to be passionate about, because if you don't like what you're doing, which is probably 90% of society, eventually you're going to be miserable. So
Yeah, just to build on that is, control the things that you can control as a new grad. Whether it's coming out with a management degree or a teacher or a coach, there's going to be good breaks and bad breaks both ways. Don't ever allow yourself to be outworked, because that's really all you can control at the end of the day. And whether it's in sales or, like I said, in teaching, people respect people that work. And whether it works out great or it doesn't work out, you find that's maybe not what your passion was. If you allow yourself to leave respected or elevate where you're at from that basis of working hard, you're just going to have such a more rewarding career in whatever you find.
Okay.